Welcome to John's Jeep Garage. Today we're going to unbox the ESAB welding helmet Sentinel A60. Let's see what this thing has. But let's just do a quick box review. So you have a variable shade, which many do, but this one's the 111, and you can crank it up to 13. Just like some other helmets, but definitely like the larger viewing area. You got the Gen 2 true color viewing, 4 sensors, but where the sensors are placed, and because of the larger area, you can really have better function by turning your head. Of course, the quick release cover, the headgear, but if you really want to focus on something, this memory set, the 2-color push button display versus a lot of dials, really love it. But let's get in and look at this new one and see everything. Very cool. Comes in a nice bag. Cover replacements. Screwdriver. Have to look at this. Oh, love it. I'm a sticker guy, especially on my welding stuff. Most important thing, owner's manual, some extra glass, and it comes with the 2 C2450 batteries. Okay, so the helmet's unboxed. Really looks cool. We'll go through the details here. The batteries, the screwdriver. Now this screwdriver, it's for inside. When you change the batteries, there it is. That's the little battery connection right there, and requires that little Phillips to loosen up and then tighten. And that little, did not know this, but that little black package was a welding cap. Pretty cool. Okay, the first thing you notice is that there's a label on the front glass. Basically this side, and I'll just physically show you, this side tells you how to take the front cover off, this side tells you how to put it back on, and this side just tells you how to store it. So as you see it, it's being stored on top this way. It says don't store on top of hot surfaces, of course, and it doesn't want you storing it lens down. Always wants to store lens up in some form or fashion. All right, and if you're storing it for long-term use, let's say you're going on a long trip or not going to be welding for a while, remove the batteries. A little plastic strip there, comes off very easy. You see the button on this side, and then there's one on this side, but let's just do this one-handed. Click, pull, remove. Simple. There's your backup pieces. Now if you look at the top of the glass, you see that little plastic ridge, and on the bottom right around the nose, well, those fit into the lower groove here, so one around the nose, and that top groove here. So what you want to do is when you put it back on, and I'm going to use 2 hands, we're going to make sure both sections go in the groove, and then we're going to snap on each side. All right. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to put it on this side here, make sure everything's in the groove, and then snap that in. So everything is fine. All right, for the battery, using the little screwdriver. Actually had to make sure that it came out further because it's a little longer than I thought. One thing to see is it's positive side up. You can see the little positive symbol right there. Once it's in, you slip the cover on, then tighten it back up. If you're replacing glass or need to remove the headgear, just loosen the knobs on the side That way you can take the whole thing off, so you can have the headgear separated, and then I'll use this to show you the LCD display. All right, so I took the headgear off because I'm going to show you a close-up of the panel, and all I'm doing is giving you some basic instructions on how to operate this LCD. So I'm not going to tell you what settings and personal style you should have, but I will tell you the ranges and how that works. I'm assuming most welders understand this. So if you touch the grind button just quickly, or any button in here, your LCD will come on, but only come on for a few seconds, enough time to allow you to adjust something. But if you leave it alone to save the battery, it's going to go off. You're going to have basically 5 areas of settings. So one is you're going to have the sensitivity, right? And that sensitivity is, how your helmet and the sensors react to the arc light. People change that on their helmets to whatever custom setting they want. The next one is the delay, which is how long will the helmet stay dark if after you finish welding, and so you're waiting for that slag or that weld to kind of cool down. How long before it opens up and then you can actually see it. That is on the right side. So sensitivity is on the left side. That's on the right side. Now on your shades, your low range, the lowest range, that's when you're just doing pre-work or grinding. That's set on a default DIN 3. And so what that means is that it's always going to be at a 3-level shade. That's in grinding, or like I said, pre-work. And you're going to see what that is, but it's not something you can adjust. The low to mid-level welding range is going to be 5 to 9. And that 5 to 9 shade setting for light amperage MIG or for, low level type welding, that's going to be 5 to 9. That's your first shade setting. The mid to high level, that's going to be a range from 9 to 13. Now I do all my MIG at the high level setting, and so I will have I'll have my first low level set to 9, and then I will have my my setting somewhere between 12 and 13. That's just preferred how I like it. With all of that being set, there's a set button that will help you toggle through, or a mode button will help you toggle through, and then there's a memory button. It allows you to store up to nine different, call it recipes or profiles that you want to have set up. For me, I'll change it. Currently I don't do all different types of welding to where I need fast references, but that's what it lets you do. And that delay setting, by the way, that's 0.9 seconds. So that's your maximum. It's 0.9 seconds of a delay before it goes back to regular light or the shade of 3. Okay, so let's work through this. I hope that explained it. Okay, I'm going to do my best to toggle through this and show you just the quick basics. So mode, or any button, will turn on the LCD. The other thing you need to realize is that the LCD is only stays on for about 3 seconds unless you hit another button, but it will recall back to whatever you were working on previously. Right now that amber light means you're on grind, so if I turn on any button, we're going to probably see the default 3.0 that's right there. And the only way to get off of it is hold your outside grind button down for 2 seconds and turn it off, or to toggle through mode. So there we go. The shade is 3.0 for grind mode or pre-work. Hit mode again. Right now it's showing us the low to mid-range shade setting, which is a 5 to 9. We'll go back to it. 5 to 9. And if we want to increase it, you hit the up arrow, and it's at its max setting. Now remember, this is the low to mid-range shade, and you see the 5 to 9. Well, what about the high, or the mid-range to high, which goes to 13? Hit mode again. Right now it's set on 12. There's the 9 to 13. Press the up arrow. We're now at 13. Hit mode again. We're back 2 shades. So let's hit it 3 times in a row. Back to the grind one. So 3 times in a row. 1, we're here. 2, we're at the low to mid-range, and 3, we're at the mid-range to high. Now, let's get back on this, but we're going to use the set button, and the set will control the sensitivity to the far left and the delay to the far right. So just turn it on, any button. Now I'm going to hit set. See how it's flashing on sensitivity? Watch me drop it or increase it. See that dashed line? That's your max right there. Now let me hit set again. We're gonna that's the shade that we're currently on, 9 to 13. We're gonna bypass that because we want to go to delay. There it is. Hit it 3 times, got to delay, and I'm gonna drop delay, and we'll go back to the max. The max setting is 0.09 seconds. That's when the slag is cooling down. It'll take 0.09 seconds before the screen will go back to your visual mode or pre-work mode at the 3.0 shade. Now, let me see if I can get this back in the picture. We're going to talk about the memory button. Let's go to mode, turn it on. I don't know if you can see this right here, but that's a 1, which means we're working in profile 1 or recipe 1, if you want to call it that. Turn it back on. So you see the 1 right there. Well, we have on this 1, we have a recipe 1, we have the 3, which is the default, we have a 9, and we have 13. So I'm going to, and since we're there, I'm going to hit memory. Oh, let's go back up here. I'm going to hit memory. See, 1 is flashing. I'm going to hit set. Stop flashing. That's now set profile 1. Let me hit memory again. You can see that 1 is flashing. I'm going to hit go up, memory. There, I'm in 2. Now I'm working in 2. I'm going to hit set so we can stay in 2. Okay, now we're in recipe 2. Let me adjust the screen for you so you can see everything. Turn it back on. Let's say on screen 2, we want to have the shade set for profile 2. Let's say we want to have that set for 7 versus 9 on the previous one. And let's say we want to have this set for, this is the mid to high. Let's say we want to have this set for 11. Go up, that's set for 11. Let's go to the delay. Let's say I want the delay like middle of the way, because you can see that we could go higher. And then let me hit set again, go back to sensitivity. Let's say I want the sensitivity a little less on this one. Okay, this is my profile 2. I'm going to go hit memory again. 2 is flashing. There I go, it's set. So this right here is everything in profile 2. Now, if I ever hit the lock button, that's basically locking. You're locking everything. A little lock is going to come up on the screen, and that means you're staying in that setting, and it's not going to come off of that setting while you're welding, almost like a fixed welding helmet status. So we're going to go back and try to recall memory 1. Now, in memory, you have 9 different modes or recipes or profiles, but let's just go back and recall what we want. We want to go to memory. I want to go back to 1. Good. I'm in 1. Hit memory again. Actually, I think I hit set again. There. Now I'm working in 1. Now remember what we were in 1? 13 here. Both delay and sensitivity were very high, and the low to mid-range shade was at 9. So any button will turn it on, right? Now let's just toggle through each one. 3 is a default. There we are, 9. Delay's high, sensitivity's high. But if we want to go to, if we want to go to recipe 2, hit memory, it's flashing, go up, hit set. And if we toggle through, this one is 7, 11. Remember where we set the delay and sensitivity? So basically, that are some general functions of this LCD. Just real quick, wanted to show you. So front of the helmet, so I'll put my headband here. I'm gonna take this, put it through, kind of matches the notch, and then I'm gonna take the screw, not screw, but the wheel, locking wheel, and put it through. Same thing with this one. Nice tightening of the head strap, see it expand and contract for different sizes. All right, I love this helmet. It's gonna be my primary. I'm not a professional welder. I do projects on Jeeps and in the garage, and mainly use a MIG system or stick. And I use a Yes welder as my primary until I just got this one. I still like the Yes welder, but I really see true colors with this one. I see a broader view with this one, and I truly believe I'm gonna get more control of my welds using this guy. So hopefully that overview helped. If you buy this one, you know, it helps kind of give you some of the basic functions, but otherwise, check out our channel. We do a lot of rescues, trail riding, and Jeep projects. Thank you for watching.